So really quickly, I wanted to mention two bolts that I forgot to address in the video. Right here behind the front fender flare, on the actual fender where it wraps underneath the body, underneath the truck, there's going to be a couple bolts. You don't want to forget about those because they're going to hold the fender on, obviously. You're going to want to take those off first and foremost and put those bolts on first, or you'll see later in the video when I explain about reassembling everything. You're going to want to put the bolts that hold the top of the fender on first, and then probably put these on second down here. That'll help you line up your fender body panel gap. I forgot to do that in the video, actually, and you could see how that kind of messed me up when I was talking about body panel gap. I was able to fix it, though, with a different technique. So, yeah, I just wanted to address that. Don't forget about these couple bolts in the beginning of the Raptor project.
What's up, YouTube? My name is Raptor John. Here's a video for all of you. Here's a video for you guys who have Raptors and are taking the front fenders off. Here's a video to help explain that. There's one other YouTube about this on video, but it's like 10 years old, so the quality's not the best. No offense to that guy. Obviously, I'm not hating. I'm not obviously a videographer, so I'm not the best either, but here's what I've learned, and here's a helpful video of how to change your Raptor fenders. I'm in the process of putting my fenders back on because I just replaced a bunch of stuff in here. So when you take your fenders off, there's this foam here, as you can see. It's got more of like a hard exterior, soft interior. What you're gonna wanna do, and I'll show you exactly what I did. Very helpful. The guy on the YouTube video said this. What you can do is you can open your door like so, shine a flashlight down. If you can get a flashlight to mount to here. I couldn't, but that's okay. I have a pretty bright room, so the camera can't pick it up, but I can see through here just enough so that when my fender's still on, because that foam holds the fender on along with the bolts, when that fender's on, I get one of these knives. DeWalt makes this one. It's just one of the standard, extendable hobby knives, and I just caught bottom to top was the easiest for me. And I just cut right along here as best I could. There's one screw area that it hits. Go around that. Keep going, keep going. These two are for your doors. You can see the door hinge is right there. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Again, another door hinge, keep going. Here's where the second bolt, or door bolt, or fender bolt is. Keep going, there you go, foam's off. And then you have a bolt here, and now this whole area is loose. You have a bolt here, and this is the same for both sides. You have a bolt here, again, top of the engine bay, in here, and here. You have to pull out the headlight. I left mine in because I had to drive this to a shop, so I wanted to have headlights in just in case because it was getting kind of dark. You will have to remove the headlight because these clips do clip into the fender, so they do kind of hold it on a little bit. So unbolt the headlight, which is super duper simple. It's 1, 2, take off this, and then a third bolt right in through there. Once you take this off, it's really easy to see. Kind of hard to miss, to be completely honest. And when you take that off, when your fender is still going to be on, you're going to want to pull just straight out without breaking the metal clip here. And there's one down here as well. So you have two metal clips. Pull straight out. Obviously, do this first so your fender is like rigid and structural, so you can just pull out without risking cracking or bending anything. Then you have these two posts which stick up from this front body panel. So your fender is going to be on here. You're also going to have a bolt here that comes through. You're going to have a bolt here and here. Now you can't really see it, and that's okay. So what you've got here, let me turn my camera flash on. So now here we go. You've got, again, looking in here, coming in slowly. Behind this panel, you've got one bolt here and one bolt there, as well as a bolt here and a bolt there. These here are for your fender flares. You're gonna wanna remove your fender flares because they're gonna attach obviously to your fender. And then right here, that will cause an issue. Yeah. And then obviously you remove your liner, which is very easy. You just pull these tabs up out of the way. You unscrew it where necessary. That's easy to see, like very, very simple. If you do what I did and had to leave the truck like this and not drive it for a few weeks, so if you have like zip ties holding things together, what you can do is use a different color. I chose blue, so I knew what the temporary zip ties were. So I knew what to cut when I was gonna reinstall the fenders. So that's my video. I hope it was helpful. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Good luck to you fellow Raptor owners doing your projects. Really quickly, I'm actually putting both sides back on. As I said before, I'm making this part of the video after I filmed the ending of the rest of it. But basically, I'm putting them on. Good tips that I've learned. To tell you first, this is gonna have a plastic cap on it, which I have right here. You just pop that off with a screwdriver with painter's tape around it, or if you have a plastic pry tool, use that. It's gonna have 3 Phillips screws. You pull that, you unscrew those, then you can pull this out. I just cut my coax cable because I don't use radio anyways. I'm gonna put the radio antenna back here for looks, even though it won't be functional, but you can always just unplug it from your radio. It basically feeds in through there and into radio. You can just pull it out by going through behind the glove box. You can take that whole thing off. It will make the job easier, but it's a lot more just to mess around with, so I didn't bother. I just decided to cut the radio antenna cable. It's just a normal coax, so whatever. But most important thing I figured out. So there again, there's 2 bolts here, 3 bolts here, okay? You want to put these in so they're just there so that if you can shake the body and it won't fall off. You want to leave it probably 3 or 4 turns before they're tight. Then what you're gonna do is sit down right here, put your knee against here, and lift up with your knee until these 2 body lines match. When they match, you'll have a consistent seam all along here. You'll tighten this bolt all the way, get in through here, open this door. It doesn't matter how much you open it, it will look like it does, but this pathway is a seam, or is a flexible rubber, so you can open it up and the door will kind of bend out of the way. Put that bolt in. That'll lock in your body line. So this is nice and consistent and seamless. I panicked for a second because my other side was fine, and this side, there was a little tiny panel gap there, and this one was really big. It looked horrible. So that bolt, and then go back, tighten all these to the final tightness, and then go here. Finally, I probably should have said this a minute ago, but when you actually put the panel on or take it off, like I said, there's these 2 things here. Be careful of that, because what they're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna pull away and avoid hitting the door. But what's gonna happen is it's gonna catch and it might break, or it's gonna snap at you. So what you gotta do is lift up. It's pull away, look like an inch or 2 on this side, pull away, then lift up, and then just basically tilt the door back. What that's gonna do is keep this part of the door away from this part of the fender, but it's also gonna allow this part to hinge out basically like this. It's gonna basically go like that, and it's gonna go like that. So you're gonna take the whole door and lift it. You're gonna go like this, out and then up, out and then up. And that's gonna basically save you from scratching it. Obviously, when you go to put the door in, you go in and then back. In and then back. Yeah. I hope that helps, guys. Thank you for watching.